Alright, get it all back together, finally. So on the head, where piston was, like if this was the top of the piston, it basically had a Briggs & Stratton had basically the same thing, and a lot of the carbon buildup was right here. So I made a divot right there on the spot of the head. I mean the piston. So it probably went down, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. I didn't go an awful lot, probably a size this big. Piston I think was 3.5 inches wide. And I probably made 2.5 by 2.5 little square on it. I've done nothing on the exhaust, and threads seem pretty fucked, and there's no holes for some sort of other setup. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to try to cram a pipe in there or something, just something to work off of. And everything I got's Briggs & Stratton just about. I got a few Kohlers. But the 12 horse, this is the newer style carburetor I use. It almost bolted up, but right here, that is how wide the Briggs & Stratton carburetor bolts onto. And this is how wide the other one is. You get them right next to each other, and one's a lot bigger. Try to get closer so you can kind of get it. So there's probably a 1/2 inch difference, but I seem to get that throttle plate in there pretty good. I put on one screw that's on the other side, but then I used Permatex, the high temperature. I globbed that everywhere all around it. I'm probably going to put a little bit more just to make it worth my while waiting for it to dry. This piece of gas line is pretty shitty. It's really hard, so it's hard to put on here. I wish it would go all the way, but can't quite force it. It doesn't like it. So I left the fuel pump on there. I painted a couple things yellow, kind of like John Deere colors, even though this is a Sears. And then I painted the cover green. I knocked off a lot of the fins that were shit. And I left these ones just because they had the tower kind of deal, the bolt on my little flywheel thing, kind of pull on to get started. I don't know what the name of it is. Here's the carburetor that was on it. Really small. Not big at all. And when you compare it to the other one, they kind of look like the same size, but Briggs & Stratton one has a bigger bore in it. So I'm thinking the Briggs & Stratton one came off 16 horse, one of them, I don't know, kind of the newer model or something, I don't know, like the upgraded motor from the 12 horse, but basically it's the same carburetor. So, yep, and then I used the intake. I had to cut away basically half of it to just get this part so I can rig up a throttle a little bit easier. I cut away some of the shielding on the top because it came down, and I did the plastic first. I said fuck it, so I just cut it. And now I'm just waiting for the paint to dry on the green part of it, and I'll throw that on there, and then should clip that on. Don't forget. This is the one with, I think, has the magneto thing. So my other motor, I couldn't get one because the last time they had it in stock it was 80 bucks, and they don't make the replacement parts anymore. So this motor blows. I got parts for my other one, thank God. Yep. I still don't know what the hell is up with my starter. It does have a steel gear, so that's pretty sweet, but it just doesn't do shit. I'm thinking it's getting a good ground. Probably try that. Then I gotta rig up my foot throttle. Probably gonna cut off a piece of the air filter, either that or try to customize that a little bit more and fit on something a little bit smaller. Probably gonna have to put a couple clips on that gas line. So far no leaks. I have it shut off because I don't want it getting on the Permatex, because I think it might eat it away when that's trying to harden up. So the fan should have still some push to it. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't give a shit. The electric fan, it's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass to throw it on there. Yep, fucking sucks. So I think I'm just gonna leave it 3-fin, get it started up, feel on the other side through them fins, see how much air is pushing through, and hopefully my next video will be a startup video and running, but that's not gonna be till later because I need that Permatex to seal. Alright, good night.